Hello everyone, hope all of you are well and safe. This is Lopamudra Dev once again with another video. Uh, as I always start my session or videos with some motivational quotes, today also I am going to do the same. I will start today with a motivational quote by Chanakya. He quoted, "Once you start working on something, don't be afraid of failure and don't abandon it. People who work sincerely are the happiest." So, when do we start working on something, we should forget about the outcome or end result, or more specifically, you can say success or failure. Because while working, if we keep on thinking about the outcome of the work, we won't be able to enjoy or won't be able to be happy while working. So instead of doing that, we must forget about all those that is future thoughts, and we should concentrate on the work and enjoy the work to the fullest. And when do we enjoy work and do work sincerely, we can be the happiest. Okay, so please do enjoy whatever you are doing. uh, don't think too much about the uh, destination. Just enjoy the walk or enjoy traveling in the path of life. Okay, let's start the session. Today's session I will discuss about realism, another Western philosophical thought. In my previous videos, I discussed about idealism and naturalism. Those two thoughts were completely contradictory of each other's. But today's thought, that is realism, which is quite similar to that of the naturalistic belief, or, or you can say naturalistic thought of philosophy. Okay, so let's start. uh, Idealism, it came into existence in 17th century as a revolt against the idea of abstraction, or you can say idea of artificiality, or uh, that is your bookish knowledge or idea of sophistication. They don't believe on abstraction. They strongly believe on something which is very very concrete, which can be which have some concrete existence. So the things that are that are concrete, that are only regarded as real, and the things that are abstract, they are regarded as non-real according to the realistic philosophy. So let's know about the eminent contributors or eminent realists. Actually, the Aristotle, he was regarded as the founder of realism. Aristotle, you have heard about him. Aristotle was the pro-founder of realistic philosophy, and other contributors are Erasmus, Rebellious, Milton, Lord Montague, John Locke, Francis Bacon, Comenius, Bertrand Russell, Christian O. Weber, Whitehead. And among the Indians, Munshi Premchand was a very very eminent naturalist. He strongly believed on naturalistic thought of philosophical thought. And we can get similarities of some Indian philosophical thought like Sankhya, Charvak, Vaisheshika, Jainism, Buddhism. All have similarities with realistic philosophy. So let's talk about the tenets or principles of realism. Before starting that, let me tell you the main that is key word behind realism is, that is, objectivity. Objectivity is it's mainly emphasized. Objectivity is given emphasis or importance in realism, and whenever we will discuss about the principles, you will clearly witness that. Okay, so the first principle or tenet according to realism is independent existence of independent existence of the world, or you can say the universe. Okay, in independent existence of the universe. So that is again very much related to objectivity, because according to that realists, the whatever properties, whatever characteristics of the universe or world is having, these all do not depend upon knowing of mind. Okay, if the mind is given emphasis, in that case what will happen, there will be no objectivity, subjectivity will arise, because every individual has their own mind, their own thought process. So to whenever someone perceives something, they interpreted the object, its properties, according to their own thought process. So in that case what will happen, the things will become very subjective. So existence of the world will be dependent on the thought process or mind of the individual. So here the existence is independent, it's completely independent. That's why it is the objective thought, it is objective notion. And they believe on materialistic idea. That means the things that are materialistic, the things that are that is your concrete, that can be sensed, are only given importance. Okay, so next tenet is, they believe that parts parts are different, parts are different from that of the whole. That means they completely uh, against gestalt viewpoint. Okay, parts are different from that of the whole, because gestalt, what they say is that the parts do not have independent existence. They if we know about something as a whole, it we will also get to know about the each parts of which the whole thing has made. But according to realism, they do not believe on that. They emphasize mainly on the parts. That means to know something as a whole, we must have to know about each and every parts of the thing or the object, then only we will be able to know about the object as a whole. So that's why they emphasized more on the parts. Then the third philosophy, the here sensory perception has given emphasis. Okay, so whatever things we perceive with the help of our sense organs, by eyes, by getting the smell, by touching the object, that means whenever something is perceived with the help of the sense organ, those things are only emphasized, and they strongly ignore, they do not have that is they do not uh, uh, believe on the higher mental abilities or capabilities. When we talk about higher mental abilities, that time we talk mean something about very abstract, right? Reflective thoughts, problem solving abilities. These are higher mental abilities, reasoning capacities. These are all higher mental abilities. But uh, the realism जो है, they don't believe on that is your higher mental abilities. They simply believe on the knowledge that are gathered through the sense organs. Okay, so sensory perception is given most importance according to idealism. Now next is, they believe that universe is not something external. Okay, universe is not something external. Universe uh, is something that is a bit what to say, the whatever laws, universal laws are there, they are the governing force of the universe. And the laws, those laws is, the laws are the supreme, the universal laws are the supreme. And these laws makes the cohesion of all the elements of the universe. जो भी यूनिवर्स का जो भी एलिमेंट्स है, we all are integrated, we all are interconnected. And this cohesion force is actually uh, by the laws that govern the universe. Okay, so they say that universe is not something very external, it is just a part of, like us, like we, other that is elements, other components are of the environment, you can say. The whatever other things exist, universe is also something like that. It's just a name, it's not something very external. Okay, that is another principle of realism. So they believe that universe is not external. Okay, is not external. Next is realism believe in examination of things simply. Okay, so realism always believe in uh, something very have scientifically proven, something if scientifically proven, or something has clear evidence, that only regarded as real according to realism. Okay, so whenever we begin to attach meaning or significance to a phenomena, at the same time what happens, it becomes very essential to know and analyze the thing, और जो analysis और चाहिए, that is to believe on the thing. And without proper evidence we cannot believe on something. And to gather evidence, there should have some examination, there should be some scientific way of collecting evidence. So that is advocated, that thought is, that belief is advocated by realism. It believes in examination of things singly, and that too each and every, suppose there is a machine, the machine, a big machine is actually a composition or combination of small machines. So each part should be examined singly to ensure the proper functioning of the whole machine. So that is another principle of realism. Okay, so hope you have got the idea about the tenets or principles of realism. So now we will discuss about the forms of realism. What are the different forms of realism? The first form is humanistic realism. Those who emphasize mainly on man. Okay, so and they mainly talk about human welfare through education. How, what should be, what kind of education should be provided so that human welfare can be ensured. At the same time, they, according to humanistic realists, they preferred, they advocated interpreting knowledge in simple terms so that it can become what to say, conceptualized by laymen also. If knowledge is interpreted with very complex kind of terms, it will not be that is understandable for all. So the humanistic realists, they advocated um, that is your simple interpretation of knowledge in simple terms. At the same time, they mainly talk about materialistic world and fundamental realities. At the same time, they emphasize on human welfare. And Erasmus, Rebellious, John Milton are the chief advocates of humanistic realism. Next जो realism, जो next form is social realism, and this mainly talks about social realities. They are the advocates of social realism or socialistic realism. They are completely against isolated living of human beings. They advocate that human should live in company, सबके साथ रहना चाहिए. Then only an an organisms or man will lead a happy life. That is a revolt against the isolated living of man. And they strongly believe that all learning to take place, company with others are very much required. And I don't know, you have you know this or not. In earlier days, the peoples of the citizen of England, those who did not have any travel experience, were regarded as ignorant, illiterate, because इन लोगों ने कभी दूसरों के कंपनी में कुछ नहीं सीखा. जो भी दैट इज knowledge gather हुआ है, that is in isolation from the others. That's why those peoples were regarded as ignorant. Or if they have whatever knowledge they have gathered, those knowledge was regarded as useless. So that means group studies, group learning, project doing learning by doing group projects, those things are advocated by social realism. And the chief exponent of social realism was Michael D. Montague. जब मैंने eminent realists के बारे में बोला था, I mentioned the name. Okay. Next is sense realism. Again, we will talk about perception through sense. Okay. Sense realism का जो एक notion है, they say that education based on retinal grounds rather than empirical grounds. Retinal grounds mean retina is a part of our eyes. That means जो भी हम एजुकेशन, जो भी हम नॉलेज गैदर करते हैं, जो नॉलेज हम थ्रू आवर आइज, थ्रू आवर सेंस ऑर्गन्स गैदर करते हैं, दैट इज more firm and real than the knowledge that we gather through our experiences, that means empirical grounds. So the sense realism, they mainly emphasized on knowledge from the concrete evidences rather than the abstract thinking. So for that, scientific discovery, scientific method of studies, all these things are emphasized, and they say that sense are the gateway of knowledge. जैसे कि नेचुरलिज्म में भी हमने यही डिस्कस किया था कि नेचुरलिस्ट्स ऑल्सो बिलीव दैट sense organs or senses are the gateway of knowledge. So here you will get a very core similarity of realism and naturalism. Next is scholastic. Scholastic realism. You will get little similarity here with that of idealism, because according to idealism they believe on the what to say, they believe on salvation, they believe on moral and ethical things. So here also scholastic realism, they also believe on some eternal truth, they also believe on morality, and they strongly said that if morality is separated from religion, morality if separated from realism, then what to say, there will be no permanence in the nature and worth of emulation. So जो जो मॉरल एथिक्स है, जो सोशल मॉरलिटी है, दे आर रिगार्डेड एज द बेसिक और बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजियन. रिलीजियन को हम कभी भी मॉरल सोशल मॉरलिटी और एथिक्स से सेपरेट नहीं कर सकते. इन दैट केस व्हाट विल हैपन, द रिलीजियन विल बी useless. There will be no there will be no importance of religion. Okay, so they talk about little abstract concepts. Okay, that means they do not deny completely the abstraction. And then the next form is neo realism. Neorealism. I think you know the meaning of the word neo. The meaning of the word neo is new. That is something very very new, very recent concept. And the main exponents of realism, neorealism, are Whitehead and Bertrand Russell. They say that according to this particular that is form of realism, that is whatever the world is made up of all the concrete matters, and this the knowledge that we get by perceiving all the concrete matters should be emphasized. At the same time, जो भी they talk about the happiness of one's life, they talk about the knowledge that provide skill or idea that can help an individual to achieve a secure and happy life. Those things only should be emphasized, and the rest of the things should be ignored. The knowledge other than such things should be ignored. That is according to neo-realism. Okay, so these are some forms. Humanistic realism, they talk about human welfare. Socialistic realism, they talk about living in social life. They revolt against isolated living of man. Sense realism, they emphasize on sense organs. They say that senses are the gateway of knowledge. Scholastic realism, that is little talk little about abstraction like moral ethics, moral social morality. They talk about some eternal truth. And neorealism, very very realistic. They talk about the knowledge that should be emphasized, which give individual which lead an individual to lead a happy life. Okay, this all about the forms of realism. Now let little talk about the metaphysics of realism. Metaphysics, as I said you, that metaphysics talk about the reality. Okay, that what is real according to realist. As we are continuously from the beginning only we are discussing that realists, they believe on material world, the things that can be seen. And they say that the world is, this material world is independent of any mind. Okay, or the knowledge, that is what to say, the mind of the knower. Okay, so according to them, the basis of understanding reality is found in a world of object and in the perception of this object. Okay, that should be the main that is idea behind reality. And realists, they do not agree with invisible presence of God and soul, because they believe that all living beings are the form of matter, and the soul is also materialistic conscious element. So if we talk about when we talk take soul as something abstract, as something beyond nature, in that case they don't uh, believe on, they don't rely on that concept of soul. Okay, so they, that is the reason realistics are also called as materialistic philosophy, because according to them matter is real, and beyond that they don't believe on any abstract concept. Then let's know about epistemology of epistemology of realism. That means what is knowledge about them. So according to realism, knowing involves two stages. Okay, one is through sensation and another is through, that is actually not according to realism. Normally, generally knowledge or knowing, the process of knowing involves two phases. One is sensation, another is abstraction. And the realists, they believe on this stage of knowing. They believe on sensation, impression, perception. When an individual comes in contact with the natural world or the external world through senses, and whatever knowledge they gather through the senses are the real and true knowledge, and rest of the knowledge they deny. And they also believe that man is a part of the this material world, and he endowed with the sense organs and the mind through which it can attain knowledge of the real external world. So they don't believe on abstraction, they believe on sensation, this way of getting knowledge. And about axiology, when talk about values, this particular branch of philosophy talk about values. So what is values according to realism? So anything that is consistent with nature is regarded valuable according to that is your realism. What is whatever consistent, whatever unchangeable thing that with nature, that are the real, and the standards of the values are found by means of the act of reason. और जो भी value judgment, if the value judgment is always subjective judgment which based on the feelings of different individual, so those subjective value judgment are not accepted by the, because it varies, it changes, so are not supported by the realists. So that is all about that is axiology of realism. So uh, I tried to discuss the main concepts behind realistic philosophy. Hope this video will benefit you. uh, I will wind up the video here, and next video I will come up with the relationship of realism with that of the education, how realistic philosophy can be implemented in the educational system. That will be in my next video. So hope it will benefit you. So please do share and like the video. Share to those who will really need this, who will get benefited from this. And to get continuous notifications, please hit the bell icon and keep on sharing, so that more people get benefited with my videos. So at the same time, before ending, I would again like to remind you that you need to be very very safe from the what to say, the current situation. Do wear mask whenever you go out, do carry sanitizers with yourselves when you go out, and try to keep yourself safe. At the same time, try to keep others also safe. Okay, so bye for now.